Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Fallout 2 Blind. Now I've finally reached Vault 13, and it seems to be full of intelligent deathclaws who can even talk and everything. You see a young woman in metal armor. Well, I'll be. How are you doing, Trevor? I hope everything worked out for you in the squad. Dalia, thanks to you, things worked out great. Who is that exactly? Hey, I'm glad to hear that. It was my pleasure to do what I could for you. So what can I help you with? I don't remember who exactly is that? I have some questions for you. What do you want to know? Are you a prisoner here? No, I am not. I'm here of my own free will, and I like it. I think this would be a safe place for me to stay for a while. Alright. Can you leave anytime you want? Yeah, I've been told I'm free to go or to stay. I'm staying for now. What can you tell me about the deathclaws? I don't know much more about them than you do, I guess. I'm still trying to get used to them talking to me instead of tearing my head off and using it like a golf ball. It's scary, you know. It's more weird, I guess. I've come to accept it. How did you come to be here? I left the squad since I didn't know what to do with myself. I figured I would just drift into another town and another hired gun job. So I was wandering the desert, trying to decide exactly where I should go. One day, I was looking for a good place to camp. It was getting late and I didn't want to be out in the open after dark. Off in the distance, a ways, I thought I saw a campfire, so I decided to see who's there. So I sneak up on the camp, and there are these two deathclaws sitting around the fire just chatting away. Idiot that I am, I let out a cry of surprise, jumped up and turned to run, right into the arms of another deathclaw standing right behind me. Anyway, to make the long story short, it took a while for me to realize that I wasn't about to be put on a spit and be barbecued. Instead, I was brought here and interviewed by Gruthar. Now I can live here if I want. Interesting. Why are you worried about needing a place of safety? Well, I let you buy me in the squad. I broke my contract with my employer. Oh, okay, so I remember who that is. That's a person who's been guarding the Khan hideout, where the kidnapped girl was. So I was sure I'd be hunted down and killed because of it. Seeing how you are here convinced me that I don't have to worry about that. I can only assume that my previous employer is no longer in any condition to be concerned with me or my whereabouts. You're safe now. You don't have to worry about any retribution. Thanks. That takes a load off of my mind. You're welcome. Okay. I see a robed figure. Oh, that's a deathclaw in a robe, right? Hello, I'm Goris. I don't recognize you. Are you new here? Hello, Goris. Gruthar said I should look you up. He seems to think you're the man with the answers. So you've talked to Gruthar? He has a rather inflated opinion of me. I don't really know half as much as he thinks I do. Anyway, you're an outsider. I've seen a few like you, and some are staying here in the vault, but you look different. You appear to be more seasoned, if you know what I mean. I bet you know a lot. I bet you've been around a bit and accomplished things. Am I right? Yes, I've had some adventures. Say, if you wouldn't mind answering some of my questions, I could tell you some of my adventures in return. It is a deal. I would love to hear anything you can tell me. What would you like to know? What are you doing here? Well, I'm surprised Gruthar didn't tell you about me. Oh well. I'm a student of sorts. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about the world and the different cultures to have developed. Right now I'm studying the culture of deathclaws and comparing it to human development along similar lines. I've acquired just about all the information I need. It would help my research a great deal if I could do some traveling. However, I don't want to go at it alone, if you know what I mean. So you're a scholar? That's quite an accomplishment in today's world. Are you a prisoner here? That's a stupid question, but let's ask it anyway. No, I can leave any time. I haven't done so because I don't want to travel alone. I'm pretty tough and can take care of myself, but I would still only be one person in the desert if anything happened. I don't like traveling alone either, so I can't blame you. How long have you been here? A few months, actually. I came from the coast a while back. Wait, so he's not a deathclaw at all in a robe. I guess he's a... that doesn't make sense with the timeline, because obviously he's not a human. He doesn't have a posture of a human, but I guess he's a super mutant, maybe? Judging from the size. A few months, actually. I came here from the coast a while back. Wow, you're pretty new here yourself, if you don't mind. I need to know more. So what can you tell me about the deathclaws? They aren't your average deathclaws, as I'm sure you noticed. They have had their intelligence enhanced by some means I don't understand, and no, not understood by them. It seems it was done by a group of humans known as the Enclave. It seems this Enclave needed an army, and they chose deathclaws because of their ferocity, physical prowess, and, well, you get the picture. Anyway, the only thing lacking in deathclaws was their intelligence. They needed to be smart enough to understand complex commands, but not so smart that they would be a threat to those in charge. See, the Enclave started to messing with a virus or some such thing, and injected it to the deathclaws with it. The virus was known to mutate humans into some sort of super beings, and the Enclave wanted to see if it would do what it would do to the deathclaws. The result was a breed of deathclaws so smart that they could see they were being destined for slavery, so they played dumb until they could gain their freedom, and here they are. That's incredible. You seem very knowledgeable. Do you know what happened to the people who used to live here in this vault? He sighs. They were captured by the Enclave. Gruthar and the pack were forced to aid in their capture. They had no choice since they were slaves at the time. The fate of the humans has weighed heavily on Gruthar's mind. He has never really forgiven himself for his complicity in this affair. The humans were taken alive, but who knows what happens to them since. Well, sometimes we're forced into distasteful things by situations outside of our control. Gruthar should learn to forgive himself. I really don't think, if this is true, I don't think they are that much to blame, because obviously they've been bred to be slaves, and they essentially were for a time, and not to mention, probably at the very beginning they were overwhelmed by their own intelligence, because they were not supposed, deathclaws by design are not supposed to be self-aware to such a great degree. So I understand why they didn't oppose the Enclave from the very start. I don't bear a grudge towards them. They seem pretty chill. They seem more chill than some humans. What would you like to know? What can you tell me about Gruthar? Gruthar is not the monster that he appears to be. He genuinely cares about all of us here and is doing everything he can to ensure our safety and survival. All of us trust him with our lives. I don't know what else I can say. You have to get to know him and judge yourself. I will not make rash decisions about him. He deserves better. Do you think that deathclaws are a threat to humans? Well, the potential is there, especially when you take their new intelligence into account. However, I don't think that Gruthar and his pack pose a threat. They all seem to respect life and personal freedom above all else. Now, I don't expect you to take my word for it. I would ask you to judge it for yourself. There are several others who live here, whom you can ask your questions. Thanks for advice, I will ask around. So do you have any information on this enclave you spoke about? No, only what I told you. There is one thing. The enclave showed interest in some ruins to the west of here. I don't know. West of here. West of here? Ah, the Mariposa military base. It's blocked by some rubble? Okay. Why? I don't know. That's about it. So if they showed interest in that, maybe there's... I'm kind of confused about that place. For a second, I thought I read a tooltip about how the rubble might be cleared with explosives, but I used a dynamite on it and it did nothing. I have another stick, so I might try some more once I get back there. I think I will. Well, every little bit of information thanks. It helps, and thank you for it. And what do you know about this virus? I think it's called the FEV. The Enclave is, or was, doing extensive research on it. I'm sorry, but I don't know anything more. And that's okay. You mentioned you wanted to do some traveling. How about joining me? He hesitates, and you get the feeling you are being carefully scrutinized. I would be honored to join you. But who are you exactly? Like, are you a deathclaw? You see a humanoid figure wearing a long-sleeved hooded robe. What's your deal? Skill unarmed. Yeah. Weapon used claw. So I guess he is a deathclaw? But why wasn't he here from the beginning, and why does he speak about the deathclaws as if he wasn't one of them? I don't quite understand that. There's a kid. Meow meow, I'm a cat, and I have special powers that only cats have. What are you? I'm just a normal person who is very impressed with your special nature. Can you tell me your name? I'm Sandy. I'm not really a cat, I just like to play. I see, I have some questions. What do you want to ask me? Are you forced to stay here? Yeah, my mom always tells me where I can and can't go. She tells me where I can play, and when to eat, and when to go to bed, and when to go to the potty, and when to go to school and everything. I don't think it's fair that she can do anything she wants, but I've got to do all she says all the time. I see. Do you like it here? I guess. I miss not having other kids to play with. But Mom says that will change someday. She thinks other kids will come to live here. Until they do, I like to play with Valdis. He's funny and he gives me piggyback rides. Mom says I should leave Valdis alone. He's busy and doesn't have time to play, but he always plays with me when I ask him. And just don't tell Mom about it. Is Valdis a deathclaw as well? Because if the deathclaws are giving this kid piggyback rides, then that's adorable. That's nice. Are you safe here? Yeah, Mommy takes care of me, and Valdis wouldn't let anyone hurt me. I'm safe here. Hello, I'm Ariel. I don't think I've seen you here before. Who are you? My name is Trevor. I'm new here. It's a pleasure to meet you. What can I help you with? I'm sorry to intrude on your solitude, but could you answer some questions? Are you a prisoner here? No, I can leave any time. The deathclaws have made it very clear to me. They don't hold anyone here against their will, so far as I know. I see. Are you treated well by the deathclaws? Yes, they provide me with food, water, shelter and protection. I feel very safe, and that's more than I could ask for. Alright. Would you like to leave the vault? I've considered it, but I would have to say no. I feel safer here than anywhere else I have lived. I do get lonely for the company of other people like myself, but hopefully others will come to live here in the future and satisfy that need. Okay, I've been very helpful. So how did you come to be here at the vault? My husband and I were traveling with a caravan on our way to the NCR. We wanted to start a new life for ourselves and our daughter Sandy. Unfortunately, the caravan was attacked by raiders one night. They were incredibly brutal. They killed everyone, men, women and children. Rand, my husband, died trying to defend Sandy and me. We were to die next, but a miracle occurred. I was holding Sandy behind me, trying to keep her from the monster that had shot Rand. He stood next to my husband's body and laughed at me as he aimed his gun at deathclaws. No, as he aimed his gun at us. What? What? As he aimed his gun at my head, suddenly this huge claw came out of the darkness, grabbed him from behind, and, well, thanks goodness Sally didn't see what happened next. Anyway, the riders were being wiped out by a group of deathclaws. The one that saved Sandy and me stood near us and talked to me. He kept reassuring me that I was safe and that he was sorry that he couldn't have gotten there sooner to help us. Afterwards, the deathclaws brought us here. What a story. So tell me, why are you so sad? My husband recently died. I miss him and I have troubles adjusting. That's all. I'm sorry to hear that. How did it happen? I already told you about the raid. That's when it happened. Well, thanks goodness you and your daughter are safe. I guess. Anything I can do with this? I guess not. Greetings, human. Hello, who are you? I'm called Valdis. Okay, so he is a deathclaw, and it is adorable to imagine a kid riding on this deathclaw's shoulders. I'm called Valdis, and you are? Glad to meet you, I'm Trevor. What's your job? I'm currently guarding this area of the vault against any unauthorized personnel. Well, you certainly seem to know your job well. Okay. Good day to you. And good day to you too. Stop, you not go there. This place off limits. What is this place? The hatchery. Pack matter inside. Eggs inside. I guard. All of the guard. All of the pack guard. Who are you? I Joel, pack warrior. I guard hatchery. I guard the mother. Guarding the mother is a position of great responsibility. You must be an important pack member. You think so? I do not look at it that way. They make me feel... no, I not look at it that way. That make me feel good. I like. Thank you. May I talk to the mother? You wait. I ask mother. Mother says she talked to you. You go in, but you go alone. Friends stay here. You not cause trouble. I don't want to hurt you, but I hurt you bad if you cause trouble. Okay. Patata? Mama? A human visitor is an unexpected but not an unwelcome event. I'm Kerith. So, you are the Deathclaw mother? Yes, I am the current pack mother. After my eggs hatch, the other mothers will have their turn. There are other mothers? Yes, there are more mothers. Should anything happen to me, one will be chosen to take my place. The pack must survive. I understand. So who is the Deathclaw father? Do they all fertilize the eggs? Like, do they take turns or something? These eggs were sired by Gruthar, the pack leader. Okay, so I guess the answer is not that. It is Gruthar who decides who will mate and who will not. The pack will be made strong by Gruthar. I see. Selective breeding to improve the strain. What happened to the door? It looks like it has seen better days. That is a painful memory. A treacherous human sneaked in and planted a bomb among the eggs while I was asleep. Fortunately, he was not as stealthy, leaving, and I awoke to find the bomb. There was not enough time to deal with the device properly, so I threw it at the door and placed myself between it and the eggs. The eggs survived. The eggs and I survived. The doors did not. What happened to the person who did this? His name is Matt and he is a prisoner here. Personally, I wanted him dead, but Gruthar would not allow it. I do not see wisdom in this, but Gruthar's word is law and he will be obeyed. Should you talk to this human, take care. He cannot be trusted. Okay, this is like, I am actually in awe of the level of compassion and like diplomacy of the Deathclaws, because basically this guy, that Matt guy, is a terrorist and a potential child murderer. Like, he basically wanted to wipe out all of the Deathclaw children, and they still let him live. Well, they specifically do not let him leave, but you know, they keep him alive. They didn't kill him, even though if there's anything that would warrant that, I would say what he did is probably such a situation. So how did that person get by the guard outside? The guard was added after the event occurred. We were more trusting back then. Now we are more careful. Who built this hatchery? We built the cave portion, and a human friend installed the door. He got the parts from a settlement northeast of here. That's nice. Okay, I'm leaving now, I guess. Because I don't have... Hi, hello again. It's good to see you. What can I help you with? I'm just saying hello, I guess. So, let's continue. What is Cassidy? Okay. Cassidy is here. This is some kind of a supercomputer. Probably the fastest looking computer you've ever seen. Hello there, I'm Jim, or Jimmy. What are you up to? Just looking around. Feel free to look around all you want, but please don't touch anything. There's some pretty sensitive equipment in here. I won't bother anything. But do you have anything else to say? I wanted to ask you something. What do you do here? We're having some computer problems and I'm looking into it. Unfortunately, my forte is software, not hardware. Yes, Gruthar mentioned it to me and asked me to take a look. Do you mind? You can't make matters any worse. Go right ahead. Alright, but I need you to ask a couple of things first. What's all the machinery for? That's the mainframe computer system and the related support devices. From here, all functions of the vault are remotely controlled. Isn't this the Vault Overseer room? Normally the Vault Overseer would be stationed here, but Vault 13 has been fully automated. Really? It wasn't at the time of Fallout 1, so it must have occurred later on? Why? I mean, isn't that unusual? I don't know the full story, but at one point in the Vault's history there was a rebellion. The Overseer was either killed or overthrown. I'm not sure which. Anyway, the leaders of the revolution didn't want to entrust the fate of the people to another Overseer, so they installed this mainframe. The records say it was purchased from... the Brotherhood of Steel. Can you tell me anything about this Brotherhood? I'm sorry, but I have no information on them. This all happened ages ago, and I've never found any references to them other than this one. However, it's my understanding that the Brotherhood was a military outfit, and there are some ruins of what appears to be a military base west of here. That might be what's left of them. Alright. Are you here in the vault because you want to be? Oh yeah. I've liked it here ever since I stumbled upon the place, and I don't really want to leave. I've always been a loner, and I don't much care for people. No offense intended. None taken. What do you think about the Deathclaws? Well, in some ways I admire them for what they are, and what they are trying to become. In other ways, they scare the hell out of me. I just don't think I will ever get used to the fact that they are just smart as I am. Well, some of them are that smart. Do you think they are a threat to human society? Oh, absolutely. They are far superior to us physically, and they are our equals mentally. That makes them a pretty big threat. However, it all comes down to the morals and ethics in the end. Fortunately, they seem to be ethical and morally well developed. I see what you mean. Okay, so let's try fixing the computer. You examine the computer terminal, but cannot find anything obviously wrong with it. Run the diagnostic program. You're certain that the system should have a set of diagnostic routines available. However, the keyboard input seems to have been disabled. The unit accepts voice commands. What do you do? Well, look inside. Peering into the mass of cables and circuit boards, you find that the system has been deliberately sabotaged. One of the circuit boards, the voice recognition module, is beyond repair and must be replaced. Now all that you need to do is find the replacement module. Where would I look for that? The terminal needs a voice recognition module installed before it can become operational. It's good to see you again. The computer needs a part. Do you know where I might be able to get it? Let's see. I suppose the best city to look would be Vault City, since they are the most modern place I can think of. You might want to try rnow, though. They are closer and do a lot of trading with Vault City. Thanks. But I guess there is no G.E.C.K here, or if there is, it is hidden in such a way that I don't know how to actually obtain it. Unless it's somewhere in here, but I don't think so. It would be a pretty unceremonious thing to just stick it. Just stick it into what's the word? Into a random crate and be done with it. Would be pretty weird. Combat armor, water chip. Not interested in that. I'm not going to steal from them, I'm just looking to make sure I don't overlook the actual G.E.C.K, because obviously I need that to save my people from a horrible death. Oh, this is the G.E.C.K. Well, I think I can't take it, right? He said I am free to look inside for it. I will return to help them out once I find the necessary part, so I do not see it as a betrayal. It's more of a trade, really, if anything. Okay, they have lots of stuff, but I will not take the other things. I don't think it's right. Wait, not first aid, of course. Use first aid on a locker. And be surprised it did nothing. Navcom parts. These are computer parts that looks like they slot into an interior of a machine. The fact that they say Poseidon oil and navigational computer on them leads you to believe that they fit into a Poseidon oil navigational computer. Okay, so this is for the ship? I will take this as well, because it was said that the Enclave has a base out on the sea, so presumably I need to start the tanker to get there, and obviously the Enclave needs to be stopped, and I'm sure the deathclaws themselves would agree. What with them being, you know, old slaves of the Enclave. Okay, so the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. This unit is standard equipment for old Vault-Tec vaults. A G.E.C.K is a resource for rebuilding civilization after the bomb. Just add water and stare. Huh. I guess you can teach an old... What? What did he say? I have no idea, but you gain 4000 experience for getting the G.E.C.K. Okay, so I get a perk as well. Now, Action Boy is a pretty great perk. Gives you a flat additional point of AP. But there are actually some more potentially useful perks, such as Dodger, which gives me additional armor class, which makes me more survivable in combat. I think I'm going to take this. Generally not dying is pretty cool, I would say. Okay, what else do I want or need? So, will he have anything to say about me having taken the G.E.C.K? Hello, have you examined the machinery? I'm sorry, the voice module has gone bad. I'll have to get one. I do not understand the workings of such things, but I trust you, Trevor. I will wait for your return. I shall return, you have my word. But I should probably finally get back to Arroyo and give them the freaking G.E.C.K before they all die of starvation and thirst and disease. No, I've dilly-dallied across the map for a long enough time. And it was really a long time. So let's go. This way. I will swing by Vault City and G.E.C.K because I have some quests to relinquish at Vault City. And also, the voice module itself might be at Vault City. Wow, that's really cool. That animation of him throwing away his coat to enter combat. That's great. I love it. Sulik is out of ammo for the Ripper. Well, then maybe use a freaking knife. Or did I sell it? If I did, then that's kind of stupid of me, but I have to check after the fight is concluded, I guess. Okay, I think it is a bug that the rest of my companions are not doing anything. They seem frozen. Yeah, out of ammo for the Ripper. If I sold his knife, then that's a little bit ridiculous of me. Okay, so Sulik, let me know
what you be needing
if you have a knife. Oh no, you don't. I sold it. I'm an idiot. Oh, you have to use something. But I do feel bad about... because you are pretty good with it. If I find another one, I have to give it to him, and for now I guess he will use the spear. Okay, I need some parts to repair an air purifier at Broken Hills, but I think, presumably they are at New Reno, but I think I will go back to Arroyo first. Basically so that my conscience stops bothering me. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate.
You have perished.
Yes, let's use first aid a little bit. Caravan. Put away your weapon. Are you one of those traitors who is annoyed at me being good? Don't even think of stealing from the boss. I've heard good things about a person fitting your description. I guess it would be alright to trade some of our cargo with you. Here's what I got. Okay, finally someone who appreciates me. Uranium ore, interesting. Unrefined. But they don't have anything that's actually useful. I take my job seriously. Mess with the boss and you die. Talk to the boss. It'll set you right up. Pack of radscorpions, sure. Not a problem. Okay, what's this? You have come to a cave opening in the side of a mountain. Okay. Seems significant if it has its own separate location. If I kick the bucket, don't bury me here. But where is here exactly? It's some kind of a pretty large place. It's pretty extensively trapped. You have found the raiders' lair. Ah, so that's presumably the raiders that have been raiding. What's the word? Vault City. Them Vault City laser cannons. Tired of polishing my guns, both of them. Yeah, but actually, if this leads here, then if this leads to the raiders' hideout. Where does this lead? Tell me your name so I can contact your next of kin, says the Deathclaw, right before killing you. That's very considerate of him. Okay, my companions seem a little bugged. They're kind of unresponsive. They do not seem to actually be doing anything. Which, I'm not going to lie, is a little annoying. Is that a knife? It is. But I think the knife he used to have was a combat knife specifically, and not a regular knife. I'm pretty sure the sharpened spear is probably better than a regular knife. Yeah. Okay, hopefully Cassidy does not run further into the enemy, because I presume he's running away because he's very close to death. Okay, let's clear out the rest of the cave of the radscorpions, and after that okay, flare and leather armor. I guess the leather armor at the very least probably going to cost something. Okay, I think leather armor is more expensive than a leather jacket, so I will take that. But generally speaking, I will try to kill the raiders next time, because I think this episode has been long enough. So let me just position myself correctly. Okay, so I will explore this and try to deal with all of the raiders. Basically next time. Quite a few of them though. But for now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.